Sylvester Stallone wanted to make sure the boxing scenes looked so real in Rocky IV that he instructed Dolph Lundgren to actually hit him. A punch to the chest left Stallone in the ICU for 9 days. Michelle Pfeiffer had to be vacuum sealed inside her Catwoman outfit in Batman Returns, which made it impossible to move and breathe. Kurt Russell accidentally shattered a 140-year-old antique guitar instead of the prop due to a mistake on the set of The Hateful Eight. The cat held by Marlon Brando in the opening sequence of The Godfather was a stray found on the Paramount lot by Coppola and was not originally called for in the screenplay. The cat was so happy that its purring muffled out portions of Brando's dialogue, and as a result, most of his lines had to be repeated. Steve Carell's chest was waxed for the first time in The 40-Year-Old Virgin, and he didn't expect it to hurt, so all of his reactions were sincere. Morgan Freeman's Red is described as a white Irishman in Stephen King's novel For the Shawshank Redemption. As a tribute to The Shift, Red comments sarcastically, "Maybe it's because I'm Irish." Steven Spielberg refused to accept a salary for Schindler's List, claiming that it would be blood money, and that any earnings should be returned to the Jewish community. For a whole year, a visual effects company worked on Blade Runner 2049, in which Rachel, Sean Young, looks exactly as she did 35 years ago in Blade Runner, 1982. Loren Pita, a stand-in actress, acted out the scene, and her look was altered using computer-generated visual effects to resemble Young. Isla Fisher nearly drowned in front of the whole cast and crew while filming a scene involving an underwater magic trick in Now You See Me. In Joker, Joaquin Phoenix lost 52 pounds to play the role of Arthur Fleck. The first shot of a flushing toilet in mainstream American cinema is in Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho. Janet Leigh's Marion Crane flushes a piece of paper, setting up the audience for the iconic shower scene. Those green symbols in the Matrix that trail down aren't complex algorithms. A production designer scanned and altered symbols from his wife's sushi cookbooks to create the recognizable code. In Pulp Fiction, when Uma Thurman's character overdoses, John Travolta injects her with a needle to revive her. Travolta actually took the needle out, and the film was played backward to reverse the scene. Leonardo DiCaprio's racist outburst in Django Unchained is intensified when he slams down on a table and cuts his hand on a glass during one of the film's pivotal sequences. It may look like special effects, but it was not in the script. The actor did in fact injure his hand without stopping the scene, and the blood you see is real. Samuel L. Jackson improvised the classic Spider-Man line in Spider-Man: "Far from home, please, bitch. You've been to space," response to Peter's claim that he was neighborhood or regular Spider-Man. Tony Todd in Candyman had to stuff his mouth with actual bees during that iconic scene, and he was stung numerous times as a result. Nicole Kidman's necklace in Moulin Rouge was composed of actual diamonds and platinum and was the most costly piece of jewelry ever produced, particularly for a film. The Stefano Canturi necklace was made with 1,308 diamonds weighing a total of 134 carats and was estimated to be worth $1 million in the U.S. Gone Girl production was forced to halt for 4 days owing to Ben Affleck's unwillingness to fulfill David Fincher's vision and wear a New York Yankees cap in a scene in which Affleck's character, Nick, is at an airport. The actor from Boston told Fincher, "David, I love you, I would do anything for you. But I will not wear a Yankees hat." Finally, the two agreed that Ben's character should wear a Mets cap. In the DVD's audio commentary, Fincher jokingly refers to Affleck's behavior as totally unprofessional. Dallas Buyers Club had a $250 makeup budget and went on to win an Oscar for Best Makeup and Hairstyling in 2014. There had to be multiple reshoots of the scenes in Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, ere Lara drives her Land Rover through the jungle due to snakes and other wildlife falling through the open-top roof. Angelina Jolie has been said to be terrified. The Maze Runner production had to hire snake wranglers to ensure that the areas where they were filming were snake-free. Wranglers found 25 venomous snakes before filming began. The largest rattlesnake they found was a 5-foot. Stanley Kubrick destroyed nearly all of the props and sets from 2001, A Space Odyssey, because he didn't want them to be utilized in any future science fiction movie. Though it was not the first film ever made, The Great Train Robbery, 1903, was the first to tell a story and is regarded as the first narrative fiction film. It was made by Thomas Edison's Edison Studios and ran just under 12 minutes. In Pretty Woman, Julia Roberts' reaction was genuine, and Edward snaps the jewelry case on Vivian's fingers. Richard Gere opted to improvise, shocking her. The scene was so endearing to the filmmakers that they decided to keep it in the film. No Country for Old Men production was halted for a day owing to a smoke cloud from the set of There Will Be Blood, which was also filming nearby. Because the actual mafia demanded it, the word mafia is never uttered in the film version of The Godfather. The time machine in the film Back to the Future was initially meant to be a refrigerator. Daniel Craig's 2 front teeth were lost while filming a fight scene in Casino Royale, and his dentist had to fly from London to replace them. Actor Malcolm McDowell was momentarily blinded after scratching one of his corneas during filming the Ludovico sequence in A Clockwork Orange. During the filming of the humiliating stage show, he sustained fractured ribs. When James Cameron wrote The Terminator, he was homeless and sold the rights for $1 on the condition that he direct it. Before Keanu Reeves, Will Smith, Nicolas Cage, Tom Cruise, Johnny Depp, and Leo DiCaprio were all considered for the role of Neo in The Matrix. Perfume, the story of a murderer, the sequences at the fish market were shot in Barcelona's Gothic quarter. Over the duration of the shoot, 2.5 tons of fish and 1 ton of meat were utilized, and people as far away as 6 miles away reported a terrible smell in the air. While filming Nightcrawler, Jake Gyllenhaal was so caught up in the moment ere he screams at himself in the mirror that the mirror broke, slashing his hand. He had to go to the hospital for 14 stitches, and then returned to the set after he was released.